This world appears to be a world where we seek to be loved and we seek to be loved conditionally. Otherwise, nobody would try to be good in any way. Try to especially look good, be good, achieve, having a talent, something good at. And then sometimes things would happen to us that would push us to a point where you literally reach every approach you've ever taken in your journey of seeking to be loved, to feel that you're loved, all fails completely. And all of you and your life just crashes. Onto the ground. Down into the ashes. And from there, you get so pushed and forced to have this clarity. That because you've tried every way to be good, to be loved, and it all failed. Yet the yearning to be loved never fails to be. So that is there while you know that you can possibly be good at something, for example, that you really want to be good at, that you really believe is what qualifies you to be deserving. And you absolutely know for sure that you can't possibly be as good as you need to be. Yet this yearning for love doesn't fail. In that great dissonance, from that born is your ultimate clarity. That is profound, which you might have achieved before, but in much more of a shallower way. But this time it's profound because it's no longer a theory but a fact that says, that is your experience that says, I don't need to be good to be loved. Whatever it is that you think you need to be good at in order to be loved, and everybody has one thing that they believe that makes them, that they strive to be good at. They want to be considered to be good. Oh my God, everybody has at least one area of their life where they just have to be, they believe they have to be good. Otherwise, this person would feel perfectly loved. The very reason why you don't feel perfectly loved is because you believe, at least in one area of your life, you need to be good. Whatever it is. It's success, it's grades, or it's your popularity, it's your appearance, it's your talent at doing something, your intelligence, which is a popular one. If you're someone that literally don't have at least one area in your life where you feel you need to be good at, then you would be feeling perfectly loved. Literally. So what I'm saying is, in the specific area of your life where you absolutely feel by default that you need to be good at, and out of an incident or something that occurs that just makes you feel absolutely sure that you can't possibly be good at it. There's no possibility that you could ever achieve that level of goodness that you've always wanted to achieve in any way, somehow. It's made absolutely clear to you. And then what happens is this despair, right? Because what it suggests is that I can't possibly be loved. It's impossible that I will ever, truly, ever be loved. Yet, this unfailing yearning for love, it doesn't fail. It doesn't stop. Together with your perceived possibility to be loved. It's there. And in fact, it burns even more in those moments. And this great absolute dissonance or contrast, whatever you call it, this great disharmony there is more than, is beyond disharmony. It is something, I need to find a word for it. Wait for me. Let me think. Okay, I can't find a word for it. But it's the ultimate level of dissonance. And what happens, what the ultimate level of dissonance brings is the complete shift of perspective of what is possible and what is not. It's like, for example, you believe that spirits don't exist, ghosts don't exist, spirits don't exist, right? It's impossible that you would see one, yet you see one right now in front of you. And that is great, the ultimate level of undeniable dissonance, right? You can no longer talk yourself out of it anymore, because it's right that you're looking at it, you're touching it, you're feeling it. It's real, and everybody in the room sees it as well. It's there. You can no longer deny it, and what that happens is that completely changes your perspective of your belief, or your belief of what's possible and what is not. So now you believe, spirits are possible, spirits exist. And then in our example, where you absolutely have been believing that you need to be good at something, this very thing, that, for example, you need to be intelligent in order to be loved. If you are ever considered to be stupid, you're not loved, you're not appreciated. And then something happens that makes you absolutely crystal clearly see that you are absolutely never can be as intelligent as you think you need to be. And that's just you crashing down onto the ground. Yet, that same yearning in you of being loved and appreciated, it doesn't die. It's there. It's not changeable. And from this ultimate level of dissonance is born your true clarity. Because now what's false has died. What's true, only what's true is left. That is your yearning to be loved, or your, I don't like to use the word yearn, it sounds kind of sad, your longing, or doesn't matter, really, it doesn't matter. So what happens at this point, when you're literally crushed down onto the ground, is that you immediately and unavoidably understand at a experience level, at a level of personal experience. It's no longer an understood thing, but you're experiencing it. That is, there is nothing that you need to be good at to be loved. Well, it sounds pretty mystical, like there doesn't seem to be linear logic applied to this. It just happens. And it does happen. So, when we feel absolutely brokenhearted and absolutely helpless, down to the ground, there's absolutely nothing we can do. And that is the moment when the greatest blessing shows up. Well, this kind of scenario doesn't necessarily have to happen unless your belief in being good at something in order to be loved is so strong and so deep rooted in you, then this might need to happen in order for you to truly get out of it. And when it happens, it's absolute liberation. It's a blessing. So, the reality might be actually the opposite of what we think. We think that people that are rich or good looking or basically these two things are lucky, or intelligent, are lucky. Because you would think, okay, they must be more loved. They must love themselves more easily. And then, well, maybe they do, but then you look at the opposite of those people that are born with a deformed body, that are born really ugly, or born in all those disadvantages. We would consider to be very unlucky people, and you would think life is just definitely hard for them. But then I suddenly, what I understood is, maybe because these people from a very young a very early point in their life, they fully understand that they can't possibly be good at the things that many other people are good at, like the most intelligent people, the richest people. So they never try. They never have had a reason to fully buy into the idea that I need to be intelligent in order to be loved. I need to be popular in order to be loved. So they would be the people that would find that there's absolutely nothing in their life that they need to be good at in order to be loved. And from that, again, born the clarity that I am loved now as I am. So actually, they are the luckier ones. that which appears to be counterintuitive, but I'm happy to have found out. Because when you have something, when you don't have absolutely nothing, when you do have something, you would feel that your life is all tied together by the things that you do have, which you can't lose, because if you can have something, you can lose it. The tangible things that we've been talking about, the shallow things. And you would have this illusion, of course, because whatever you have, there are always people out there that have more of what you have, what you can't have. So what that makes us feel is this fundamental sense of insecurity that you can't possibly get rid of, as long as you live in this illusion, believing that having is more lucky than not having. And I find so much relief from this. Because what we can learn from this is that what we've been fearing, which is having less or having nothing, is what we all fear. Most people, everybody fears, because everybody, or not everybody, but most people's got something. Or many people, let's just say many people have got something. And then we only fear of having less. And we strive to have more. But then now, what I just proved to you is that actually what we fear brings us what we think having more brings us. And what that brings us is what we can't lose. Because it's profound. fundamental and true. And now I'm curious to ask why having nothing makes you feel like gives you this clarity of being loved without needing to be good at anything. Like why having something is actually the obstacle here from having that clarity is, I think, because we're appearingly physical beings. I won't say we are physical beings, because that's not true. That itself is an illusion. We are appearingly physical beings. So if once we have something, some good things, of course, we would think that the love we receive, or whatever the good stuff, like the appreciation, love we receive, is due to the good things that we have. Say if you're a pretty girl, and if you're sensitive at all, you would very likely believe that your appearance is what is the reason, the cause of the good stuff. The love, with quotation marks, and appreciation from other people. All the convenience you get in life. The ease. Like if you were ever made, conditioned to attach, to make such a correlation between your appearance and love and appreciation from others. And that is the reason why, people that have more things don't naturally really feel happier than people who have less. You see? Because if you're pretty, you probably always worry whether or not people that love you actually love you as who you are. And what that creates is probably a lifelong challenge of believing that you're worthy of love, like you, without the looks, without that appearance, is worthy of love. Are worthy of love. I've been talking about all this, like spirituality and truth and philosophy and stuff. I still can't not answer this biggest question. What are we here for? I can't answer it. Because, there are many answers out there, many options, many explanations. They're all They all make sense, but again, I don't resonate with them. It has to be something that can make me feel this felt resonance, not just intellectual resonance, but a felt resonance. And I haven't found that. Even if for love, you say we live here for love, we exist, we're here for love. I haven't been able to come around it. Like, maybe it's just not the perfect answer for me. Like, again, because words are just words, they do not contain truth within them. The word love is not love itself. It's just a word. You say we live for love. This is just a sentence made of words. Truth that is not inherent in these words. Especially if I don't resonate with them at a felt level. And if I found, of course, once I find my answer, I'll let you know ASAP. I guess what we so far can learn from this is, another point that I want to make is equally important as the first one that I made, which is that you believe you need to be good at something to be deserving of love. And this belief is purely your own. Like, again, you might believe I need to be intelligent. Like, it might not be a conscious belief. It's just sitting in the back of your head that you're not even aware of. It just says, I need to be intelligent. And if I point this out to you, I say, it is fully your personal problem that you believe you need to be loved, you need to be intelligent in order to be loved. It is only your own problem to be solved. You only need to get this belief out of your head. Then you will be loved. And then you would argue with me. You would say, no, it's not true, because the whole world values intelligence. No matter I believe it's important or not, the world believes that I will only be worthy of love if I am an intelligent. And what I'm telling you is, the only reason that you think, that you perceive a world that believes that intelligence is important, is because you still believe that it is important. And I can guarantee you, as soon as you stop believing so, you stop, like, the world caring about intelligence or not does not bother you whatsoever anymore. Like, what the world believes or not believe is really what you perceive it to be. Like, what you think the world is totally depends on what your belief is. Well, I can guarantee you this. This is absolutely valid. If you can't believe me, of course you will have to go through it yourself. You have to discover it yourself, but I can guarantee you, it's not the world that you're fighting against. when you're striving to be more intelligent. You're not proving to the world. Yeah, the point is, you're not proving to the world that you're intelligent. You think you are, because you think the very reason that you believe that intelligence is important in order for you to be loved is because the world thinks so. And so you think you're trying to prove to the world that you are intelligent. But the truth is you are only, and you can only prove to yourself that you're worthy of love. Because as long as you deeply believe that you are not worthy of love because you're not intelligent enough, or for whatever other reason that you want to have, you just cannot feel loved. At least in this area of your life. You just don't believe that people can love you if they see that you're stupid. You just don't believe it. Like, people can tell you. People can tell you, like, for example, you show your IQ result to someone, and then you absolutely don't believe that they can love you because you think intelligence is important. Let's say your IQ is like 60, and you show it to someone, and then not that you show it to someone, you would never show it to someone. You just they happen to know, and then you think, okay, they will not love me, and then they tell you, I love you, I really love you. You wouldn't believe it. Because you just hold on to this belief that you must be intelligent in order to be worthy of love, in order to be loved. So someone that knows that you're not intelligent can't possibly truly love you. But once you get over this belief, when you truly drop it, you no longer believe, you just know that you're loved. You no longer believe that intelligence matters. And the world doesn't have to change a thing. The world's still the same. But you really don't care what the world thinks anymore in terms of intelligence. Because the whole time as you were trying to prove to the world that you're intelligent, you're worthy of love, you're really trying to prove it to yourself only. When you can really love yourself, nothing can stop you from feeling loved. Whenever you feel unloved is because you are not seeing yourself through loving eyes. And I know this sounds cliche, but I've expanded this whole point throughout this video. This cliche. I expanded it to show you how it's true and how it works. If you can love yourself, knowing that you're not the most intelligent person in the room, but you can fully love yourself still. No one would be able to talk you out of love. Like you would be able to be your true self. Intelligent or not, it won't matter anymore. You can be as stupid as you want to be. You can be silly. You wouldn't care anymore. And how free is that? And just look at the areas of your life where you feel ashamed of, where you feel you have to hide from other people, no matter what it is. It can be a habit, like picking your nose, for example. Like you would never do it in front of someone, but you do it anyways alone. And you because you believe if somebody sees you doing that, they won't love you. That is an area of you that you believe is not lovable because you are not loving yourself through it. It's only because you are not loving this about you that you believe that other people are not gonna love it about you. It's only that you are not loving yourself for not being intelligent enough that you believe that you need to be more intelligent in order to be loved by other people, but it's just you. It's only you when looking in a mirror are not loving yourself because you think you're ugly, that you believe you need to be pretty in order to be loved by the world, but really what's true is you think you need to be pretty in order to be loved by you because you're not loving yourself as an ugly person. I don't want to say that. It's just an example. And then your question is, how am I gonna love myself then? Looking into the mirror or looking at my IQ or whatever you choose to look at for you. Whatever your choice of qualification for love is. How am I gonna love myself then? You say, well, my advice is it is right now much easier for you to do it, having understood that it is really you that cares about how you look, that cares about how intelligent you are, or how good at doing this thing you are. It's not a single person in this world matters. Like, not a single person's opinion about you matters. To how much love you get. It's really your own struggle. It's so much simpler. It's so much lighter. Next time you look into the mirror, you still find yourself, the same face. Not good enough, you still might say. Whatever. But then you realize it is only your love that you need. It's only you that needs to love you. That you have only been trying to look better for yourself, not any other one in the world. in order to feel worthy of love. And not feel worthy of love from any other people in the world, but your own. It's so much lighter. It's so much simpler. And it's become so much easier a battle to fight in, or a struggle to get over, to overcome. Because now you're not fighting against the world as you've been believing to be fighting against. Because you've been believing that it is because the world prefers prettier faces. Therefore, I need to be prettier in order to be loved. And you've been feeling that you've been fighting against the world, which you can't change at all. You cannot. At all. It's so much bigger than you. It's so out there. You cannot do a thing about it. All you can do is trying to look better. To be more beautiful. More attractive to more people. And it's such a big struggle in your mind. Because you also know that no matter how good you try to look, you will never look better than some people. There are always going to be a lot of people still better looking than you. Effortlessly. So it's so much of the big struggle. Every time you look into the mirror, you feel I am not loved because the world thinks I'm not pretty. But now it's so much lighter because I have proven to you. Hopefully I have really successfully conveyed the core message here. That it is really your own opinion about your appearance that matters. It is the only opinion that matters. As long as you can love yourself looking at yourself in the mirror, what the rest of the world thinks does not matter to you a bit. I guarantee you. Or you gotta find out yourself if you can't just trust me. But I can literally guarantee you this 1,000,000,000%. I am that sure. I am undoubtedly sure. Because I know. Because I figured it out. And now you can look into the mirror and you profoundly realize it's really only between you and you, not between you and the world. It's just everything else will be much easier. Oh my God. I am so grateful for having understood this. Whatever problem you got, no matter whatever you think you need to be good at in order to be worthy, to be considered worthy by the world, with quotation marks. I think I'm just not a good enough person. You would think, I am not good enough. I don't deserve love. And I'm telling you, this is really only between you and you. Only you need to see that you are worthy of love. The rest of the world does not matter a bit. A bit. If it matters, it means that it still matters to you. Between you and you. As long as you still find it important what the world thinks, it is because you still find it important that you need to be good at something, be good in order to be loved. That your love for you is still not unconditional. And you do not need anyone else to love you unconditionally. You really only need you to love you unconditionally. Oh my God. Wow. If I just throw you this statement, it would sound completely cliche, right? It would not mean anything to you. But after watching this video, it really is profound. It is not just a statement. It is a matter of fact. Oh my God, and it makes everything so much lighter, so much easier. Suddenly you can breathe. Suddenly you can be you. Because really, only you matters to you. Nothing else does. What you are, how you are, only matters to you, not the world. How good you are at something, how this, how that, how good you are only matters to you. I hope I got this through. I hope I conveyed this clearly. Because it is clear as day to me. Oh my God. To be fair, it is also my first time to have realized this. I'm grateful. Truly, any setback in your life has a seed of true clarity within it. And you must let this sink in. It is such a blessing. For always, I have, since I was 6 years old, I have felt such a struggle with my appearance. I just feel like I'm not pretty, I'm not good looking, and because of that, the world doesn't love me. But it's really, I don't love me because I think I am not pretty. And that matters to me, not to the world. Why doesn't it matter to the world? It's not that as soon as you can love yourself, despite however you look like, all of a sudden people would start loving you exactly the same. But that you finally discover the truth of the unconditionality of love in this very aspect of life. That it's not that you can now love yourself through your physical unattractiveness, but that this whole thing has never mattered and never will matter. It's completely irrelevant, completely insignificant when it comes to love, which is the ultimate thing that anybody wants. You can see everybody's trying to get something. Everybody's trying to do something. Everybody's trying to achieve something, to work something out. But what they ultimately want is love, happiness, joy. They're all the same thing. They're all the same thing. If you're happy, truly happy, you feel loved. You feel in love. Let's say you feel in love. If you feel truly in love, I don't mean it like in a romantic way. In love, like with life or with yourself, with whatever you're in love, you're happy. They're really the same thing. And that is the one thing that every single person in this world is after. Whatever they do, they're after this. So if I walk around outside on the street and I look at people and people would give me looks as if judging my appearance, like they think I look ugly or I don't look good or whatever judgments that might go through their head. As long as I walk down the street and I find people thinking I'm ugly, it is because I think I am ugly. And I use it to keep me out of my love for me. So how you perceive the world, how you believe you are perceived by the world is really how you are perceiving yourself. You think I'm not good enough. And you think people, when they look at you, they're thinking that. But it's really only you are the only person that is thinking that. When you finally, let's still use this appearance as an example. It's more straightforward. Like, you think I'm ugly, and you think the world, everybody, when they look at you, they think that way. They think you're ugly. But it's really only you that is thinking that way. And once you get over it in a way that you love yourself, it's not that all of a sudden you find yourself attractive, like physically attractive. Now, not necessarily. Like, nothing about your face would change, because it wouldn't. And people may still have all sorts of judgments about your appearance still. What changes is that you now know that you're loved. And that your appearance doesn't matter at all. That no one will love you less because of your appearance, or will love you more because of your appearance. And no one will love somebody else more because that person is prettier, because that's not how love works. Because love is unconditional. And now you've not just memorized this statement, but you've lived it. You've understood it at the level of experience rather than just intellectually. And intellectually, I understand love is unconditional, but now you live it. Truly, you are living it. and what that brings is just this complete freedom of being fully and authentically you, unapologetically. Because before this point, when you couldn't be you fully and unapologetically, when you did apologize for being you, and who you are, you have been apologizing to is really yourself. I'm sorry I'm like this. I'm sorry I'm like this. You think you're apologizing to other people? You're really just having this conversation with yourself. You're telling yourself, I'm sorry I'm like this. I'm just not good enough. I'm sorry I'm like this and not good enough. It's really only a conversation within you. You only need your love. You only need your approval. In fact, no. Sorry, I take it back. That's not how it is. You don't need your approval. Like, you don't need your approval. You don't need to look into the mirror and say, I think I am attractive enough. That is not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is that you discover that you can the truth that you can love yourself. Not you can, but you do love yourself. Or that you are loved no matter what you look like. Not that you need to look into the mirror and say, I think I am actually attractive. That is not what we're talking about. But this whole topic of appearance just stops mattering. Stops being significant in any way to you when it comes to love. Feeling loved, being loved, accepted, appreciated, Oh my God, I want to cry because of how freeing it is. You just imagine with this message again. I don't know if it is conveyed that you can be you as who you are. There's nothing you want to change or need to change about yourself. Now that is no longer again a sentence of cliche, but you've got it. At the level of embodiment. In that, whenever you think, if I do this, if I am like this, if I have this habit, and people would not like me, or if, like, let's say, if my bed is dirty, I'll be considered filthy. People wouldn't love me. If I'm filthy, if I'm not hygienic, people wouldn't love me. But it's really you that is not loving you, that is having that I don't know how to say it right. But really, it's only you that thinks this matters, that your hygiene matters. Not to other people, but to yourself alone. And again, if you find people telling you that this matters, like a person walks in your bedroom and looks at your bed and thinks you're not hygienic and filthy and tells you you are not hygienic, you are disgusting, and then they walk away, and then you feel scattered, crushed. It is only still because this matters to you. If it doesn't matter to you at all, whether or not you are hygienic or not, then what that person says or says would not matter to you a bit. You are the only person in the world that needs you to change or not change. not anyone else. Oh my God. What will happen now that you got this is that this will deepen. And you and in me, this is also new for me. It will deepen in us. And then we will be able to shine our light of love brightly and be ourselves authentically more than ever. And this light will radiate and other people will see it. And they will be impacted. And they will realize this truth somehow in a mystical, mysterious way. Without you having to tell them directly. Or they might ask you for help. They might be drawn to you to ask about certain things. And then you would be able to somehow in some way convey this truth to them. But be out of your own embodiment of it. I am grateful, and I ask the universe, or whatever. To be honest, I don't really like the word universe, but I can't find a better word like for this. I don't use the word God, and I just haven't been able to find like a perfect word. I maybe ask my soul. Okay, that's actually better. I ask my soul to help me, because what my soul is what the universe is what existence is what God is what love is what everything is. And I ask my soul, oh my God, I think that's a perfect one. From now on, I don't know. Maybe I'll still use the universe. I ask the universe and my soul, I use them both together. Even though they mean one and the same thing. Or you find your own word, I find my own. You can use God if you relate to it more. But I ask the universe and my soul and everybody in existence that can help me deepen this knowledge that I have acquired or I have discovered. It's not new, it's just uncovered, discovered today. This is really the only thing that anyone needs to know. And I never knew it until today. I am really grateful. Maybe I would just make more videos talking about it, because I'm not sure if I really conveyed this. I would just keep making videos talking about it over and over again, because people need to hear it over and over again. Thank you for listening. Oh my God, I will talk more about it because it's really exciting. I am immensely grateful. Starting the journey of no longer seeking approval. Oh, one thing I want to say is, from this now you can understand and you can navigate your life and see what from the apparently external world matters to you. Like, for example, which insults or judgments really trigger you. That's where you are holding yourself. You are holding as a disqualification for love in you. For example, you just walk around in life and somebody says you're bold, like you have not much hair, and someone says you're bold, and they give you a look, and then you just feel triggered. And what that means is that being bold or not matters to you. Now, you are not loving yourself, holding being bold as an excuse. So it's not that you're bold. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the word right. Bold or bold. I think it's bold, right? Bold. It's not bold. Bold. Hairless. Whether or not, like, you are hairless, this matters to you. You believe this is not lovable. Not the world is believing so, but you are believing it is not lovable. So that's why that person, what they said hurt you, because you believe this is not lovable. If you don't believe it at all, that person could have said it 1,000 times, it wouldn't matter, because it doesn't matter to you at the first place. And it really only matters to you whether or not it matters or not. I'm making it, sorry, but I think you get the point. The very reason that anything can trigger you, said by other people, can trigger you, is because you believe this aspect of yourself is not lovable. But it always appears that as if it's the other person or the world that believes this aspect of you that is not lovable. But the truth really is, you are the only person that believes this is not lovable. As long as you don't stop believing so, the world can continue to believe that it is not lovable, can still have its preferences. It won't matter to you a bit. You will feel perfectly loved as a hairless person. People can come and tell you, oh, you are hairless, and gives you a look of disgust, maybe. And it wouldn't matter to you. If it matters to you, it's because you still think it is not lovable. This part of you. Okay, there's something more. We all believe that the world is the judger. The world is what we need to conform to. The world is what we need to prove to. The world's preferences is what we need to set as our goals to achieve. If the world prefers a head of beautiful hair, then we must have that in order to be loved. It is the world's decision whether or not we are lovable. It's the world's decision. That is the one that matters only. But I'm telling you, and I have proven to you, that the truth is the total, utter opposite. You are the only judger to judge whether or not an aspect of your life is lovable or not the world. The world doesn't matter. The only reason why you think the world's opinion about something about you matters is because you believe that aspect of you is not lovable. You are your only judger. Or judge. Maybe there's no such word. Judger. I actually have never heard the word judger. You are your only judge. In all areas of life. If there is one thing that about you that you worry that might not be loved by other people, it is because you believe this very area of your life is not lovable. It's not that they think this might not be lovable. But you are thinking that it is not lovable. That's why you worry they would think it's not lovable. If you totally love yourself about this, what they think doesn't matter to you at all. For example, let's say what I love about me. I don't want to use this as an example. It's like it's just a way of saying, like we don't love ourselves for different reasons. We don't love ourselves for any reason. Okay, you don't love yourself because you're this, because you're that, but you love yourself for no reason at all. So, okay, there's a different way to phrase this example that I was going to give is like, for example, I do not believe that my obscurity, like I like things that are profound, like philosophical, profound, right? And not in any corner of my mind, I believe that this trait about me is not lovable. So people can come and tell me, you are so into philosophy and that is so boring of you. You're such a boring person. That is so shitty. You should change that. And they walk out of the door. And what would I feel? I wouldn't give a shit what they said. Because I never believe that this part of me is not lovable. And again, I'm gonna emphasize that you do not, I do not, I should not, you should not that you should or shouldn't, but you do not love yourself for any reason at all, because love, again, by definition, is unconditional. So I do not love me because I am profound, because I am philosophical. But I first love me, and then I discover different traits. Oh my God, that's another conversation. This video will never end. I first love myself, and then Me loving myself is the reason why I love it that I am philosophical. I love it that I am profound. I love it that I'm spiritual. And I love it that I am not hygienic. I love it that my voice is this way. I love it that I look this way. I love it that I sound like this. I love it that I speak like this, that I have this accent. Not that I love me because I have this accent, because I am philosophical, because there's no love sits behind all of that. Love sits before all of that. That's the exact reason why I said, when it comes to appearance, you do not go to, like, maybe you've been finding yourself unattractive, and that has been a big problem in your life of not feeling loved. And then now we're talking about, maybe it's about self-love in this video, and I'm not talking about like you going to the mirror and finally say, oh, I am attractive to me. I am attractive. I am beautiful. I am attractive. I am physically attractive. That is not what we are talking about here. We're talking about is this love. I just suddenly found myself sitting on my bed giving a speech to my phone. And so, okay. And I just suddenly found myself doing this. And I found it comical. And what was I gonna say? Your goal, our goal, what we're trying to achieve or to understand here is not, if you are a person that is really insecure about your appearance, and we're talking about self-love. It's not that you go to the mirror and you suddenly realize, oh, I am actually more attractive than I think. I'm actually physically attractive. It's not that what we're talking about, but we're talking about you love yourself despite however you look, no matter you look attractive or not. Because it's totally irrelevant. We're not talking about loving yourself through being physically unattractive. But we're talking about, oh my God. We're talking about loving yourself and discovering that your appearance is completely irrelevant to that. You see? Do you see? Do you get what I mean? It's not that, let's say you are in school and you get bad grades and you've been not loving yourself because of that, because you believe other people can't love you, blah blah blah. You've not been able to love yourself because you think you have bad grades. And we're not talking about now love yourself through not having good grades, but we're talking about loving yourself and no longer giving a shit about having good grades or not. Realizing that it is completely irrelevant. It's irrelevant. So you don't even love yourself through not having bad grades and not having good grades. But this whole thing does not matter at all. You have good grades, you have no good grades, or you're not having any grades at all. It does not matter. really hope you get this. Because this is so freeing. Because this just suddenly gives you this level of clarity that is beyond the level of understanding. This clarity that you literally can be completely, you are not can be, but you are actually totally free, because only your opinion about yourself matters, not the world. Not at all, not for a single second in human history has somebody else's opinion ever mattered to anyone else. It's only their own perception of themselves, their own opinion matters. And it will never matter what other people think. Has never mattered, will never matter. Ever. For the rest of existence. And if you feel like you can't fully be yourself because you are afraid, if you are fully yourself, then other people might not be able to love you, so you somehow just have to hide a little. It is only because that you think you are not lovable. They will never think you're lovable or not lovable, because they do not have the qualification to decide whether or not you're lovable or not. Because it doesn't matter to you. Like, they can believe you're lovable, but if you don't believe you are, then it doesn't matter what they think. If they think you're not if they think you're lovable but you don't believe so, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they think. You believe that you look in the mirror, you believe without doubt that you are ugly. No matter what people tell you. They say you're pretty, you're really pretty. They tell you pretty, you're pretty. It doesn't matter, right? You still find yourself, you don't suddenly say, okay, I agree, I am pretty because you said so. But at the end of the day, you walk back into the mirror, you look at yourself, you still hold that old idea. Okay, if we want to expand on this, you might say, I find myself not pretty because the world has decided this specific beauty standard, and I have learned from observing the world that my face is not considered to be pretty. And yes, this then is a fact. But you are the one that decides that this fact about you is not lovable. Your face, according to the current beauty standard of the world, is considered not physically attractive. I don't even know what that means now. That might be a fact, let's say. But let's say they really have this standard where you can really put your picture there to let it calculate, give you a score whether or not you are attractive. And that score you get is a number, a fact, something out there. But you are the one that decides whether or not this fact, this number you get about you is lovable or not. And that's exactly what you do when you look at yourself in the mirror. Because, like we said, loving ourselves doesn't mean that all of a sudden you look in the mirror and you say, I am actually physically attractive. But that you've discovered that this whole thing does not matter at all. At all. And has never mattered, in fact. Has never mattered. Oh, in fact, I would love to talk more about it in the future or tonight, just to deepen my own clarity about it, because it's new to me as well. And I ask existence to help me. Please help me. My soul. And I ask your soul, I ask every soul to help me. This is important not to me, but to the world. Because one person having the truth, it's like you turn on a flashlight and the light spreads out. It impacts the whole world, what you believe. Whether or not you follow in your heart matters to the whole world. Because we're all connected. We're not just connected as separate things, but we are a whole. There's only one. So it matters a lot whether or not you are living from truth or not. It matters a lot if you're following your heart or not. It doesn't just matter a lot, but it matters everything. It matters everything. That's the only thing that matters, in fact. This is the only thing that matters. I can't tell you why we're here doing all this, but I can tell you that what we need to do, if you're asking for advice, or how should we live our life, what should we do, whenever you have the word do, you're asking about the doing, the answer is always following your heart, being your most authentic self. And today I just came to understand this more deeply, being your most authentic self. Just now, right now, when we're talking, I just came to understand this better at a new level. You know, I am someone that fears people's judgments a lot. I walk down the street, I care how people look at me. I care about the way they look at me. The way they look at me, really hits me. If it's a bad look on their face when they look at me, immediately I'll think, that person thinks I'm full. That person's judging me for whatever. I'll come up with a lot of things in my mind. Whichever one that sounds the most convincing, I'll just buy into it. That person's thinking the way I dress is bad. And that person is thinking I am ugly. I am unattractive. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I fear it. And the liberation is that it's really my own judgments. that I hear, any judgments from other people that impact my life are my own judgments of me. If I don't have such judgments of me, they can have those judgments and they would not impact my life. So what we can do is just be us. And see what we are assuming, what people are judging about us. Because these assumptions are really our current judgments that we hold about ourselves. Let's say I just walk down the street being myself, and I look at somebody that gives me a bad look, and what comes up to my mind, which is what I would believe what they are thinking when looking at me, their judgments about me, is really what I am judging myself. Like I walk down the street and somebody looks at me and I think they're thinking that I look bad. It's just me, only me, that is thinking that my appearance is not lovable. This specific aspect of me is not lovable. It's really only between me and me. When you realize it is really just between you and you, it can be lifted so much easier. If somebody comments under my video and says, "You suck at English," and it matters to me, oh my God, I feel ugly because I don't speak good English. And it's only because I think this area of my life is not lovable, that their comment would ever impact me. It's never what they think would matter. I really hope I got this conveyed. In fact, I think I will make more videos about this. It's now late, I need to sleep. And I ask again, please, universe, help me, help me. Help me, help me, help me, help me. Help me. And what happens from now on is, if you have fully understood it, if you have understood it as much as I have, what would happen is you would kind of switch, you like what would happen to me is I would walk down the street and I would still fear people's judgments, because in those moments of fear I would have forgotten for a few seconds what I have learned tonight. I would have fallen back into the old conditioning, the old reactive system. And then I just need to remind myself again, it's really just between me and me. They can look at me, they can hate me, they can be angry at me for being me, any part of me, like the way I dress. They can say, you should wear more clothes, you're showing too much skin. And they give me a look of despise. And if I feel hurt by that, it's because I believe that this aspect of me is truly not lovable. If I am a person that's absolutely confident about the way I dress, no people, they can say whatever they want about the way I dress. I don't give a shit. I wouldn't give a shit. I would think it's their problem, you know? I would look at them and then I give them a look and say, it's your problem, really. It's not mine. If I ever think it's my problem when someone judges me, it's my problem, that I really need to change, they are right. Then it is me believing this aspect of me is not lovable. Which parts of your life are you ashamed of? Anything can be the smallest thing. Like you would eat the skin on your lips. You feel really ashamed of that. You don't want other people to find out because you think it's disgusting. It's not lovable. Because you think they will not love you if they find out. It's really you. It's really you. It's only you. Please, universe, help me. Help me have this clarity more profoundly. And as my second nature, I thank you. Of course, the universe will help me because this is my mission here on earth. Discovering about love is my mission. It's my main task in my game. My main mission in this game. It's the main mission that is not skippable, that is not avoidable in a game. It is the content of the game, the main content, the purpose of the game. It's the purpose of my game. And of course, you will be helped. Oh, I hope this video helped you. And I will make more just about this. Any new things I discover, I will share. Thank you for listening. I just want to sum it up in one sentence. It is only your opinion about whether or not an aspect of you is lovable or not that ever matters. And that decides the world's the perceived world's perception of you. You only need to overcome your own opinion about you. About your lovability in any area of your life. You're not fighting against the world. No matter how big of a thing it is, like appearance, it is such a big thing. It seems like the whole world is against you if you think you're not attractive. But it's really only you that finds this aspect of you not lovable. The world cannot love you more or less. Because love is given. It's not earned. It's given as the foundation of your existence, equally and unconditionally to everyone. You can never get more or less loved. There's nothing you can do to be more loved or less. You're loved infinitely, enormously, infinitely. Thank you for listening, and I ask again, the universe, please help me. Help me. Help me. Thank you.